afternoon, everyone. This is Jared Rand, and welcome to the Global Guided Meditation Call for Sunday, July 5th, 2020, 3 p.m. Eastern Time. Well, I'm sure everybody had a enjoyable 4th of July, Independence Day. As you will begin to witness this country, excuse me, is making a massive shift, excuse me, as well as the rest of the planet. Of course, the rest of the planet is watching this country to see what transpires. And it's always difficult to, most of the time, when you have eyes and ears and you see things and you identify them in certain ways. Everybody identifies things totally different. And so, some people would like to just shut it all off and not have it be a reminder or an irritant, as some people do get irritated at what has transpired. But can you imagine when this has been perpetrated on the civilization before we had this different technology, so you were kind of cordoned off, so to speak, you were in little groups, so you really didn't know that much because you couldn't circulate with the rest of the planet. Well, the internet allows us to do that. And we find out in our own way, which is a good thing because we reach out there to research and to look at things. And we couldn't have done that in 1920, 1820, 1720. Because about every 100 years, there's a test of the population of the planet. And the test is to see whether or not the controllers of the planet still have control over the majority of the population. So, excuse me, that's simplifying everything. That's what they do. So they come up with something that can instigate fear into the populace. And then they watch to see whether or not that populace responds accordingly as withdrawal or retreat from something that, whether it be real, so to speak, or fictitious, either way, you can create an illusion of fear where the people will show what their current condition is. So when you look at this, there's a lot of silver lining to this latest attempt by the controllers to see if the population is still controllable. And I think most of us know that just, yes, it is. Is that negative? No. But it also is an awakening for many who then begin to start feeling that something isn't right. First, they don't. Okay, so this is kind of like on a lot of people, it was a cold bucket of water and a slap in the face at the same time. And so that instigates or it accelerates an awareness. That may not be, how do you put it? It may not be apparent to begin with, but then it begins to take hold, and then people start realizing that something just is not correct or right. Now, wouldn't it be nice if we did not display anger at such an awakening? Some people do and will because of all that has transpired. But what do we seek? What do all of us seek? I think maybe a lot of the times inadvertently, we're always seeking information. Information is the power. Now, obviously, do you question everything? It's highly recommended that you do. And I'm not talking about being cynical or disbelieving. I'm talking about your intuitiveness. You question. You want to question things, okay? You don't analyze them. You're not interested in going into days and months and years of evaluation, judgment. It's just an intrigue, motivation that you question things. Why would that be that way? When you hear things from anybody, and you choose whether to say, yeah, okay, or you choose to say, I'm not sure. And these are all good things, because what it means is it is an immediate identification within you that you're becoming aware to the point where you can begin to lead yourselves. You see, these are all signs of it. Now, if you were not in that awareness, you would not question. You would just believe. See, and if you believe, here is the real kicker for all of us. Whatever it is you believe, deep within you, and you know the difference. If you believe superficially, it's kind of like you can take that away anytime. But when you believe deeply, it is so. So it is, so it will be. When the civilization, whether it's one at a time or groups at a time, comes to that understanding and the realization that whatever I believe deeply within my heart, it will be. So it is, so it shall be. Without a question. See, this is when you get to a point where you don't question the intent. That's where your confidence kind of fractures things if the confidence frequency is low, through the heart mind, not the ego mind. But if it's strong and it's healthy through the heart mind, it will be. Whatever you believe will be. Now, it may not be in 2 seconds, okay? It may not arrive the way you desire it to or think you desire it to. But guess what? This is where you just let go, and it's your decision. You can hold on tight or just let go and surrender into yourself and to the God that you are. And know emphatically, without a question, without a doubt, that the universe always has you, always has your back, and is always providing. But it's like, depending on our frequency with ourselves and depending on where we're at with our heart, mind, and the God, determines on how soon that will materialize, because the universe engineers things finitely for each of us, because we're all different from our viewpoints and how we look, how we look at things, how we assimilate. I don't think, maybe there's some of us that have mutual agreement on something occurring. It's not like we're in friction or disagreement. It says, yeah, I agree with that. That makes a lot of sense to me. But it's more each of us, because we're in this life, in this body. We've all been influenced certain ways, and so our perspectives are different. It's like I've used the analogy where you can have 3 people standing on the beach on an ocean, and one goes, you see those boats out there, those ships? I can see them. Where? And that's what happens. Now, do you ever notice that? And someone will say, do you see that? And you go, where? And they go, right there. You go, I don't see anything. Have you ever done that before? And someone says, yeah, it's right over there. Can't you see it? And then sometimes they'll take your finger and point you at it, and you still will say, I don't see anything. And they'll go, that's really strange, because I do. And it's not a trick. It just depends on what your version of what you believe is there compared to their version of what they believe is there. You may believe there's nothing there, so there's nothing there. They believe there's something there, so there's something there. Now, it's not an illusion, because we create that. You know, and it's, to repeat this is very important over and over and over and over and over again, because we begin to realize that it is us who do it all. There's no surprise. Now, some of us are surprised because we don't realize that we create into reality certain things because we're not consciously aware that we did. So therefore, it appears as a surprise or a, wow, that came out of the clear blue, say, because we're not connected eternally to the God force or the God light or the God, the kingdom of God, the pure consciousness within each and every one of us. So these things, these different, how we perceive, how we view, how we hear, is all frequency and information. It's always coming into us. You know, it's like we're this grand central, massive, beyond computation, I'll put it that way, beyond computer, say. Pure consciousness is way beyond computer. And is it way beyond AI? Absolutely. All right? Because understand something, pure consciousness created AI and continues to do so. We, housed in these bodies, each contain a piece of pure consciousness. So therefore, we come into the realization is that you begin to understand how powerful you are. There's no question. There's no joke about it. You know, it's not like nonchalantly, oh yeah, I'm really powerful. But you are. So you realize that you create into reality everything, anything. You create into reality full physical, mind, body healing. You do. Deep healing, transformation of every cell in your body. You can literally create for yourself perfect health. Now imagine you gave yourself permission to experience each experience. Say that you were aware enough that you gave yourself permission to experience each experience in your existence. So you say, okay, I'm giving myself permission to experience each of the experiences that I have. So you allow the feelings of contraction and expansion to come and go freely. Just like your breath. Breathing in and breathing out. You don't fight it. You don't try to stop it. You just let it come in, to come and go freely. So you give each experience, the same way with your experiences, each experience that is arising within you, you give it the time and space to be fully explored. Now understand that God doesn't make any mistakes. Really, seriously. Pure consciousness does not make mistakes. Really, truly does not. And there really aren't any mistakes, quite honestly, ever. So you understand that the God doesn't make any mistakes. The one, the prime God, which is the pure consciousness which we are all made up of. And we're all gods. So the greatest bliss in life is literally giving yourself this constant, spacious, loving permission to experience it all. And then you ask yourself right in this moment, so what are you feeling right now? How many times, you imagine if people would be focused and they would say, how are you feeling today? And see, a lot of us will take that as a negative. You know, people say, why? Why are you asking me that? Don't I look okay? See, people get defensive about that because of their own imbalance within themselves. they gravitate towards the negative, the lower frequency. Well, is something wrong? Now, I may not verbalize it to you, but they think it. You can feel it, or they feel it. So, now how many times has someone asked you saying, how are you doing, or how are you feeling? And you say, I'm doing absolutely joyous. I'm fantastic. I'm in this body and I'm experiencing. How much more could you not be happy? You're exuberated. Now, a lot of people, depending on where their frequencies are at, doesn't make them bad. They don't like that. Have you ever sensed that? Have you ever been where someone asks you, how are you doing today? Or how have you been? And you're so enthused with yourself that you blast it out. And it is not fake. It's coming right from your heart mind. You're absolutely elated that you're in that body experiencing every single thing you can. Your breath, your smile, your laughter, your frowns, everything. But see, a lot of people, because on how they feel and their frequency is almost where they get to the point and says, well, I'm not going to ask this person how they feel because they're just going to tell me how wonderful they are. Aren't they ever, angry or upset or, down, or aren't they having a crap day or something? They always say they're happy and joyous. And you can feel that coming from people. Why is that, though? Why is that? It is an aspect of themselves that they view and experience in others that they have not fully embraced for themselves. That's all it is. It doesn't make them horrible people or bad people. It's just an aspect of themselves that they're witnessing in another that they have not fully embraced or literally surrendered to. They fight it. See? How do you get in a bad mood? How do any of us move ourselves into a low frequency? Because it is low frequency. Bad moods and negativity is low frequency, period, to sum it up. So, how do you move yourself into a bad mood? How do you do it? Are you consciously aware of it through the heart mind? Maybe not. Maybe a lot of us aren't consciously aware of it. Maybe we're not aware that we're in a negative mood or low frequency feeling that we express to others. So someone might just say, well, wow, what's wrong with you? You ever done that with anybody? What the heck's wrong with you, Billy? And Billy says, oh, I don't know. All this stuff happened, and I just, is it really worth it? Is this life really worth it? Or, I just don't feel happy. Have you ever had people get angry with you because you're happy? Genuinely? I mean, I'm sure some of you have, where you go, wow. And you kind of at first you step back and say to yourself, okay, well, that's okay, that's good that they feel the way they do. I'm not going to encroach upon that, but I feel great. And you know what it does for you? When you generate that within your heart mind, and you do it with exuberation, it totally shifts your whole perspective of everything around you and you into a higher frequency. Now, if you fake it, it does a little good. It does a little good if you fake it. But you can fake it after you continually fake it, it becomes a real expression of oneself. Because what you're doing is you're expressing the God within you when you're happy and joyous and you're just going with the flow, and you really don't have any obstructions in your life except you. And you've learned how to say, I don't care to obstruct this flow of abundance that the universe sends me 24/7. I don't care to argue with myself or to get frustrated and move into fear, lower frequencies, because I know what that does, because I've done that before. know what it is when you move yourself into a lower frequency? Because you feel it. Don't you feel heavier? Don't you feel stressed, frustrated, irritated, distrusting, cynical, pessimistic, judgmental? Have you ever noticed that when you see something or you feel something that's very good, it's eye-opening, wonderful, awakening, expressing, and you're cynical and skeptical and suspicious? You ever had that? And you go, why am I doing it? What am I doing this? As far as I can tell, this is a phenomenal thing for me. So I'm going to embrace it hook, line, and sinker. And I'm going for it, whatever it may be. It may be getting in a boat for the first time ever, floating on water, where you were, just paralyzed before. I'm going to get on a boat. It could sink. And I've met people like that. And let's go for a boat ride. Not getting in a boat. That could sink. And then what could I do? Because I can't swim. So I drowned. So I kid you not, I've had those through this life. I've had conversations with people like, I've had people say, "Would you jump out of a plane? Would you skydive? Have you never done it before?" Sure, why not? It's a new experience. It's not being a daredevil trying to eliminate your body. It's the unknown, so you explore the unknown. Now, are you comfortable with it? No, not really, because you're not used to that. And so there's a lot of people that would like to do things, but yet that ego mind comes in and says, no, you don't want to do that. If you do that, what's going to happen? What do you think's going to happen to you? You could destroy yourself. You could end. You don't want to do that. And that comes in. It comes in with a lot of people. And that's what I talk about, as you've all heard me say, there is a bridge over the river of void. And when you cross the bridge over the river of void, you step into the land of the unknown. That's the key thing. Now, how many of you, here's a question you could ask yourselves. In this life, excuse me, in this life, in this existence, do you choose to learn from others? You choose. We're not talking about ego mind, because ego mind stops us and says, I don't need to learn anything from them. I know more than they do. Why would I spend any time trying to learn anything from them? And people do that. Does it make them good or bad? So, but you choose. You say, "Wow, this person does all kinds of different things. I don't feel comfortable with someone because what they eat. I don't like what they're eating, and they try all these different things, and I'm more comfortable being comfortable in my comfort zone. Okay, I don't like going outside of that and trying new things because I'm just not interested in it. I'm really safe here on the porch, on the nail." So, now how do you think you're going to gain knowledge? Wouldn't it? Here's an analogy. If you whether you're male or female, you have all these people that you're thinking of interacting with, starting a relationship, getting to know each other. Now, you have one where they like everything you like, pretty much, okay? And you feel just right at home, but you don't really learn anything. Really don't. Because they like what you like what they like. So you aren't learning anything. Now, here's the flip side. Then you interact with somebody that doesn't have the same flavor that you do. So it's all different. So you're not in your comfort zone at all with this person. So they say, well, why don't you try this? You go, oh, no, I like this. I'm not going to try that. It doesn't look good at all. And, the ego mind's playing there. And so you just blow it off. It's just, this. This is really fun. I've done it before. No, I'm not interested in doing that. I could get hurt. You see what happens? Or when you're with someone who does things differently than you do, or has done things that you have not, a lot of people get irritated with that. Well, why don't you like to do the things I like to do? You never like to do the things I like to do. I do the things that you like to do. You ever heard that conversation before? And then you get this irritation and negativity that comes in low frequencies. So what happens there? What takes place? Usually, not all the time, but usually it just dispels, it just separates, it breaks apart. But if we knew that we were here to experience and enjoy the experience, what do you think would happen? So if you meet someone that you go, I'm not clicking with them because they don't like anything I like. They have a different perspective than I do. They do things differently than I do. They eat things differently than I do. And we have nothing in common. You see? We have nothing in common. But isn't that what this life is all about? To experience new things? To learn? To perfect ourselves? Isn't that what it's about? It's an interesting question to pose to yourself. It doesn't, make you a afraid person because you like to interact with people that are like you. Okay? That's fine and dandy. What do you learn? You learn. Okay? Now, you could say, well, I learn because they're like me, and I can watch them because they're like me, and then I can learn more about me because they're like me, and I can watch them from outside of me. So there's a lot of different variances, so to speak. But if you were to decide to give yourself permission to experience each experience, in other words, I'm giving myself permission to experience this. So it's a green light. So and you allow the feelings of the contraction, the gripping, and then the expansion to come and go freely. Without disruption, without blocking. So you give each experience that arises within you the time and space to be fully explored. So the universe, God, does not make it doesn't make even the tiny mistakes, ever. So the greatest bliss in this life is giving yourself this constant, spacious, loving permission to experience it all. Experience it all. Say to yourself, Judy, you can experience it all. Experience it all. It's fine. It's okay. That's what we're here to do in these bodies. Unfortunately for many, we never do that. We spend most of this existence in these bodies arguing with ourselves, trying to analyze, evaluate. Am I going to put my toe in that water? Is that water going to be cold? Am I going to fall in and drown? Am I going to fall through the bottom of the boat? Am I going to do this? Am I going to hit a rock? You see? So, give yourself permission to experience each experience. Give yourself permission. It's okay. It's a good thing. So if you will, go to the place where you're not going to be interrupted, and I'm sure we all are. And the first thing that we desire and want to do is relax our bodies. That's an experience in itself. Once we learn how to relax our bodies, it opens up to so many other avenues. At first, it'll blow your mind. It'll be so many avenues. So you relax the body, drop your shoulders, and just release without expectations or intentions. Release everything that you have attracted to yourself in the last 24 hours. Just let it go. And you can ask yourself, is this serving me the greater good? Is it in high frequency for me? No, it is not. So therefore, I'm letting it go. I'm releasing it. And I guarantee you, you do that through your heart mind, and it'll be released. And your body will say, thank you. I didn't care to have any more of that stress that you were loading on me. So it's released. The body then begins to respond by relaxing, easing the stress effects of existence. So as that happens with your body and you begin to relax, you move into the now. Why do you move into now? Why do I need to move into the now? I'm all right in the past and the future. What in the heck's in the now anyway? I thought we're supposed to just look into the past and reminisce and then look at the future. Well, see, the now is all we do have. So when we move into the now, we relax the body and we move into the now. And the now stills the mind. It stills the ego mind. It stills the subconscious mind. See all that noise that we get? We all have that constant noise. And it's all these thousands of thoughts zooming in and relentlessly. So doesn't it make sense to be in the now? Practice being in the now as much as you can. Now, some of us choose to go into the past. We do that. All of us do. Not exempt from it. We reminisce, something triggers it, then we kind of float off into the past and embrace things, reminisce about this and that. But understand something. It's very tempting and it's very seductive. So what happens is to some of us is that we reminisce so much that we pull the past into the future that doesn't exist, and we create a future from the past, and then we relive the past in that future. It is. Unless you're clear on understanding what that means, you could step into it and do that. And that's why a lot of people say, I feel like I've been running around in circles my whole life. It doesn't mean they're cognizant of the fact that that's what they've been doing. So it's imperative that we focus on the now. What is the now? It's the space between heartbeats. It's everything that you're doing moment to moment. You focus on that. A lot of people say, well, it's just silly. It's insignificant, I'm picking some skin off of my hand or something. Why would I focus on that? Because it's the now. And you still the mind and the noise. And you get closer and become more in oneness with the God within you. Because it's stillness. It allows us to move closer and closer within ourselves with our God. So you'll practice it and you'll understand what that means, because you understand that you don't entertain any of the other stuff, the past or the future. You're just in the now, moment to moment. Whatever it is you're doing, you're focused on that moment. The reason a lot of us stumble or hurt ourselves or trip or step on something is because we're not focused on the moment. I guarantee you that's the reason it happens. Because we're thinking into the future. Our mind is wandering all over the place except for the now. I can guarantee you that when you're in the now, you're not going to trip and stumble. You're not going to stub your toe. You're not going to do something and slip with a knife that you're cutting something because your mind's all over the place and you slice your finger. None of that's going to happen because you're focused on the now. It's a wonderful thing. Okay? It's absolutely wonderful, because when you start rolling off into the future, you worry about things that aren't there yet. But you then give them and feed them energy to create them to happen. And they aren't pleasant things, because you attach expectations. You get attachments and expectations to them. Now also, in the now, we want to breathe. We desire to breath in through our noses and breath out through our mouths. And we do it easy. We do it absolutely effortlessly. No stress, no strain. It's just ease. Easily breath in, easily breath out. And as you do this, as you breath in, you're breathing in very powerful frequency, divine positive energy, because it sustains the body that the God is in. It sustains it. It oxygenates it. It calms it. It relaxes it. It energizes it. So that's how powerful the energy you're breathing in is. So it is divine, positive energy. It's uplifting. So as we breath in, we want to visualize in our heart minds exactly what we're doing. We're taking that breath and we're moving it up through the center of our bodies. Period. And the center of our bodies are aligned somewhat with our 7 wheels of light, our chakras. Our chakras connect us to the etheric or the spiritual, to the God. And it connects the body, and each chakra is connected to different organs in our body, different emotions. And when those chakras are out of alignment, we have issues with the area that they're out of alignment with. It never fails. It is a constant. It cannot be debated, although it has been debated. So if you witness these colored wheels of light, we have red, we have orange, we have yellow, we have green, we have blue, we have violet, we have purple. And all of these wheels of light, you're bringing all of this frequency, this divine positive energy, up through the center of those chakras. Now, what does that mean? What does it do for you? Well, when you bring that positive divine energy through your 7 wheels of light chakras, it literally expands your awareness, and it balances your physical as well as your spiritual, and it bridges the connection to all things. It is absolutely phenomenal. Doesn't mean that you achieve it immediately. Again, there's no reason to express hurriedness or impatience. That is a low frequency. So visualize these 7 wheels of brilliant, radiant light. And they're spinning and moving. And they have form. And you're bringing this divine positive energy, your breath, up through them. And each step up through them, they energize the breath even more. And you see all these colors interacting like a vibrating aura. And you end up bringing it to the top of your head, to the back of your head, through the crown chakra. And you hold it briefly. You hold it just briefly enough. I am light. I am love. I am. And just in that brief few seconds, you condense it and compress it into completely pure energy, high frequency, and you release it over the pineal gland. Why do I release it over the pineal gland? Pineal gland is very important to us while we're in these bodies. Most of us, in fact, all of us have a dysfunctional pineal gland because it's not healthy. It's compressed, calcified, fluoridated, amongst other chemical impurities that have been induced into our bodies. It's not like we're aware of it. Oh, yeah, I'm going to depress my pineal gland. We've just done it unknowingly. So view the pineal gland however you want to see it in your mind's eye, in your heart mind, to understand that you desire it to be fully functional. And so when you pour this pure liquid energy over it, it blooms. I look at it as a rosebud, a green ball. It's not really doing much at all. And then when I pour this high liquid, high frequency pure energy over it, it literally expands and it blooms into a beautiful radiant rose. And the rose is eternal, and the fragrance is absolutely phenomenal. And it is the gateway to all the particles of existence for us. It's the gateway to pure consciousness. It's the gateway to beyond. You will learn that there will come a time in existence for all of us gods where we are able to open up conduits throughout space, travel effortlessly, just through the usage of what these bodies have in place. Now, all of us are merged. We decided to merge with the God within us, the body, and the Holy Spirit, the higher self, however you deem it for yourself. And we're one. And we're also consciously aware that we are of the highest, deepest, eternal love from the highest, deepest, eternal love and the highest and deepest, eternal gratitude. And we have one eye on the little guy known as the ego mind. Always have one eye on the little guy known as the ego mind. Now we have others with us. We have the archangels, the cherubim, the seraphim, and the archetypes. And they've been around a really long time. They're a civilization that vibrates at a different frequency than we do, so therefore we don't see them like we see ourselves. However, they will appear in humanoid form on occasion to deliver frontal, full-on to us wonderful messages. Now, if we are in, or when we are in that space of calmness and love and joy and appreciation and gratitude, then we will see them and we'll interact with them. And then when they're gone, or they leave, or walk out the door, or go down the street, you will say, "This is great. I had communication with one of the angels." And they're not all archangels, by the way. But they are all one, just like us. And we're all together anyway, part of each other. Now, they can inhabit a small space in large number because of their frequency. So it's not unusual to have thousands of them surrounding any one of us at any one time. That's really true bliss. And they're consciously aware that they're the highest, deepest, eternal love, and the highest, deepest, eternal love, and the highest and deepest, eternal gratitude. We also have the ascended masters, Kuan Yin, Maitreya, Buddha, Lakshmi, Ganesh, Saint Germain, Sananda, Jesus, El Moria, Abundantia, Pal, Thoth, Gaia. Many, many, many more. Now, they've ascended out of body and they hold God form. Their spirit, their soul, their spirit, their higher self, God form, pure consciousness. We elect to take our God form and inhabit physical form so we can experience the physical form, the material existence. But unfortunately, a lot of us make the mistake of totally forgetting about our spiritual and the God within us because we get so seduced and carried away with the material. But this planet and the civilization is coming into balance with that, which is absolutely phenomenal. Magnaglorious. Splendiferous. So, we have three groups gathered, all part of each other. at the equator of this planet Earth, Gaia, are in this now, this meditation, forming the circle of light. Now, we're compelled to call out to every single facet that we possibly can, and every aspect of the One, the God, Source Creator, which we're all part of. So therefore, we're all gods. And we immediately extend out an invitation to all the light energy beings and all that there is, ever has been, ever will be, ever beyond, and forever. And only those who are consciously aware that they are the highest, deepest, eternal love from the highest, deepest, eternal love and the highest and deepest, eternal gratitude can be with us in this now, in this meditation, in this forming a circle of light. Now, they come in the glucoplexes. One glucoplex fills this universe. They come in trillions of glucoplexes from every direction. You see it through your heart's mind. It's unending. Everywhere you turn and look, they are there. Then we call upon all the inhabitants of inner Earth, hollow Earth, beneath Earth, Agartha, all these civilizations and species, only those who are consciously aware that they are the highest, deepest, eternal love from the highest, deepest, eternal love and the highest of deepest, eternal gratitude can be with us in this now, in this meditation, forming of the circle of life. And they come in the billions. Then we call out to all of the off-worlders, all the celestials, all of the galactics. And there's many, many, many species and civilizations. Just in this quadrant of this galaxy, Milky Way galaxy, just in this area of the solar system, over 1,000 different species and civilizations pass through here every single day. Now, we are familiar with only a few of them. Pleiadians, Arcturians, Sirians, Andromedans, the Zeta Reticuli, the feline, the different species of greys, Dracos, reptilians, golden pyramid, avians, many, many, many more. There's red avians, there's blue avians, there's black avians, there's golden avians, there's green avians. Every color you can think of, just like the birds on this planet currently. Look at the amazing amount of brilliant colors that they display. Now, they've been with us and they have assisted us with our evolution, our enlightenment, and our ascension, freeing ourselves from our own self-imposed bondage and our own self-imposed slavery. Now, there are only those who are consciously aware that they are the highest, deepest, eternal love from the highest, deepest, eternal love and the highest and deepest, eternal gratitude to be with us in this meditation, this now, in the forming of the circle of light. And they come in the billions. So then we call out to all of our loved ones, all of those who have ascended out of body in this lifetime and all lifetimes that we've inhabited. Only those who have the highest, deepest, eternal love from the highest, deepest, eternal love and the highest and deepest, eternal gratitude and are consciously aware of this can be with us in this now, this meditation, forming the circle of light. And then we call out to all of those light, God-light energy beings who have decided to be housed in the following forms on and above and below this planet Earth, Gaia, Arya, and this now, this meditation, forming the circle of light. Only those who are consciously aware that they are the highest, deepest, eternal love from the highest, deepest, eternal love and the highest and deepest, eternal gratitude can be with us in this meditation. Now, just to name a few of them, because they come in the trillions of color, shapes, sizes, forms, configurations of which none of us have ever seen before. The fairies, the sprites, the elves, dwarves, gnomes, elementals, earth, air, water, fire, ether, the mermaid, the dolphin, the whale, the Pegasus, the unicorn, the centaur, and the minotaur. They're with us in the trillions. All of us gathered here, all of us consciously aware of the gods that we are. All of us consciously aware that we are all pure love, made of it, from it. And we're all one. And we're all the God, and we're all the love, and we're in full compassion, non-judgment, non-ego, non-negativity, stillness of mind, gentleness, kindness, generosity, humbleness, bliss, joy, peace, tranquility and benevolence and abundance. And our God-light energy is in all that there is, ever has been, ever will be, ever beyond, and forever. And it continues to intensify, and it continues to expand. Now we've all come together. We're all one. And we literally light up the darkness of space. We dim the sun in the solar system greatly because our light is pure, deep, eternal love, gratitude, all high frequency. It would take over 1 billion of the suns in this solar system to compare to the light that we are emanating. It's coming from our gods, our pure consciousness. Now understand, this also illuminates this entire planet, inside, outside, above, and below. And all things, everything and everything on it, in it, above, and below it. Saturating everything and everything with deep eternal love and gratitude. Therefore, lifting the vibrational frequency exponentially. Now, we all begin to levitate up. And as we do that, we come into this gossamer field. It's like a sea of sparkle glitter. You can move through it effortlessly. It embraces you. It reflects the deep eternal love of all of us. And as we do this, we're immediately met with the emerald green flaming healing light of Archangel Raphael. This column reminds us that we are the power of healing. Then we're immediately met with the violet, blue, purple flaming light of Archangel Michael. This column reminds us of our power, our strength, and our resolve. Then we're immediately met with the white fire. This column reminds us that we have an eternal white fire of God-like energy, of pure, deep, eternal love. It is impenetrable, head to toe, inside and out. Now, no dark matter frequency, lower matter frequency, lower survival matter frequency can come anywhere near us when our fire is fully vibrational, deep, eternal love. Now, it will vaporize any low frequency immediately. Now, only you, any of us, only you, have the power to diminish its strength and its protectiveness. And the way you do this is that you allow yourself to go into deeper thought of negativity, pessimism, anxiety, fear, anger. And this then literally opens up a window of the white fire armor, and it allows all of these lower dark matter frequencies and all these lower survival matter frequencies to come flooding in. So then you're met with the purple transmuting flame. This is a column that reminds you that if you do choose to do that, you can bring in the purple transmuting flame, and you can literally transmute those lower vibrational frequencies into neutral light substance. And you literally send them back to pure consciousness where they are no more. then you're immediately met with the violet ray. This column reminds you can bring in the violet ray right behind the purple transmuting flame, and you can purify, cleanse, and harmonize the area of which these lower frequencies were, thereby reinstating your white fire God armor into pure, deep, eternal love and gratitude. We're also met with the golden white pink light. This is a column that reminds us of what we came from, what we are. We are pure, deep, eternal love. We always have been, always will be, ever, forever, beyond. So, understanding that, this reminds us of the love that we are. It reminds us that love creates everything. So when you see it in the sky, in the sunsets, and the sunrises, you see it in the rainbows, you see how excited you get when you see this? Because the God within you, made from pure love, is dancing in excitement. That's why you're so taken with it. When you see these horizons and this beauty, reflections in our waters, in our skies, everywhere you're reminded of it, of what you are. So all of us continue to levitate up. Some of us step out of our bodies, those of us holding physical form, and we float effortlessly above our bodies. Now, as we continue to levitate, we come upon this massive column that we've created. It's larger than the solar system. And when we look at it, we see how we've designed it. That the column itself is opaque, and it has trillions of merging rainbow prisms flashing and literally pulsating and vibrating as this beautiful aura. And it expands out and touches everything and everything. And then at the top, we designed it so that the golden ocean can flow down from every direction and saturate everything and everything in deep eternal love and gratitude. And it is exponentially. It never ends. It's eternal. This is why we constructed it. And the golden ocean that flows down. Each of us are a drop of that golden ocean, and each of us hold the essence of that golden ocean. You see how powerful it is? With the column in the golden ocean, then we move and see our meditative sphere. We created this sphere over 2 years ago. It sits center circle. It houses and holds all of our meditations in perpetual motion. We're moving towards 900 meditations. Over 130 million of us, and those not of this planet. And this perpetual motion is massive. It is pure, deep, eternal love. It is not contested. This is why it continues to intensify, it continues to expand. It can be seen, heard, and felt in all that there is, ever has been, ever will be, ever beyond, and forever. You can feel the flooding and the saturation with all of us. It constantly. You cannot ignore it. You cannot deny it. That which you are, a deep eternal love. And then we begin to understand that we give ourselves permission to experience the experiences. We flow effortlessly. We aren't obstructed. We just go with it, enjoy it, vibrate with it, love it, saturate it with our light, our God-light energy. Embrace it. We give ourselves permission to experience the experience. In any experience that we come across, we give ourselves permission to experience it. It's okay. It's a good thing. And how do you think this civilization is lifting? How do you think that collectively, all of us and all the other groups on the planet and off the planet are shifting the very fiber of the vibrational frequency of Earth, Gaia, Arya, And all of us, and those of us who are aware and awake, do it because we love ourselves, we love our God, and we love all of our brothers and sisters, and we love everything. And we desire everything to be in joy, peace, prosperity, abundance, wealth, good health, happiness, joy, bliss, nirvana. This is our grand mission here, and this is what we're succeeding with. And you feel it every single second of your existence. I'll join you in the meditation. I'll return to close us out. in. Easy breath out through the mouth. Move slowly. Decide to make the commitment through your heart-mind that you will give yourself permission to experience your experiences. Embrace it. Make it way through the rest of the day, into the evening and night and the following morning. Your decision. We'll be back here Monday.